Hey man, J Master Skills in the house. I'm going to be doing a little just unboxing and a review of the Inmotion V9. Woohoo! And I'll be doing a full send ride. It'll be half the ride. It'll be up one direction, not the other back. I ended up hitting some wind on the way back, so I had to shut my camera down and everything, save some battery, and just so I could get all the way to the end. But yeah, stay tuned. Interesting box. Usually double cardboard, but you know, Inmotion. I got the V11, and it came like this as well. Came with the wrapping and the one box with the V11. I mean, V11 was actually a pretty nice box. It was they put a lot of effort into that one. But this is the new one, V9, which sort of kind of looks like a upgraded V12. But even though it has a lot of the extras in it, V12 had a speaker. This has a speaker as well. Biggest thing is this is not as powered as the V12. It's a lot less power. The V12 is a 100-volt wheel, and this is 89 volt. So it's less power just in voltage, you know. But as far as everything else goes, it has a pretty decent top speed. I'll read all the jib jab, air extension. Yeah, so it's pretty much yeah, it is an 89 volts. I'm pretty sure it's. Booklet. You know, I was always wondering if I happen to be one of the first 250 people that bought off that yes. So cool. So normally this comes with a 2-volt charger, and people that order the first 250 when they were doing the little marathon thing, I got the 4 volt. The 4 amp, which is nice. A lot better than the 2 amp. It's like 2 amps. You're going back to that? Getting spoiled with the 5. Still waiting for my F22. That's going to come up like 10 volt charger. It's insane. That's going to be the biggest charger. I mean, outside of the smart chargers I bought. I mean, literally, I bought a smart charger for the F22, and I bought the Rocket. Which, thing is, you know, the Rocket is not going to get put out until like April, May probably. And I kind of needed a small wheel anyway. I got rid of my V12 because I needed the money for the F22. But we got this, which, you know, it seems that quite a few people did end up getting this wheel, and so it has a lot of positive review about it. So I figured, why not, right? Why not? And the V9 is live. It's alive. down here. All right. Oh yeah. Ooh, factory fresh. Can't get better than that. Factory fresh. So, basically the first thing we do want to do is alright, so it's a little strange to ride because it feels like the suspension feels like you're on a cloud. It's like it's really soft. So it's just kind of strange because it feels like you're like on a mushroom. It's super soft. It's kind of crazy. I even went off a curb the other day, yesterday when I rode it. I tried doing the video yesterday, but each time I did it, I was coming up with so many problems. So yeah, I'm not even riding with any pads. It's just so small. The thing is, so I got this, you know, because I left myself without a wheel that I could throw, especially once I got rid of the M10.5. That I could just throw in the car. So I was like, screw it. Even though the Rocket is going to be pretty much, that's what the Rocket's going to be when it comes. You know, it's 167 volts, not 89 volts. Not to mention that this thing, like, I went to the store yesterday and I was pretty surprised at how fast the battery was used up. Ooh. This tire is really weird because it like tracks really hard. For a beginner wheel, that's kind of weird. That's kind of strange. The tire might actually be not balanced right. I have to look. I was going to look at that before I left, but I forgot. But it definitely has a strange balance. I just noticed that the tire tracks really easy. Even if you got like a slight bump. Now I had to unlock it completely to get it to, like, I'm at 29 miles right now. I think I'm at 20 miles. I think I'm at miles. I don't feel like I'm going 29 miles an hour. Give me kilometers. Oh yeah, it's kilometers. So it was only really, that's what it was beeping at. It was beeping at 24 kilometers. That's even worse. Yeah, the tire on here is wonky. I had the same problem though when I got my V12 the first time. And it was like, I had to like change out the tire and all kinds of stuff. It's definitely weird not riding without pads though. So I'm going 29 kilometers, which is what? 22 miles an hour? Something like that. It's just so weird. The suspension's just really weird. And the tire. The tire's weird too. It just might not be set right. That's what it kind of feels like. It feels like it's not set right. Thing is, with no pads, you're like left with no pads. Not even like the top pads like you had with the V12. Even to put anything on here, just to have the grip. I'm a little slippery. It feels a little slippery. I mean, especially the way I ride. That's the thing. I'm trying to like be mindful of its purpose, you know, as a wheel, not as how I ride. Because I ride a lot harder than this wheel. That's why I'm waiting for my F22 Pro. Oh, it's hitting these bumps pretty good though. These bumps are kind of rough too. When you hit them. Which has knee armor and hip armor. So I have knee and hip armor in my pant in the jeans themselves. And then I have a motorcycle jacket on. The other thing too is like because this is so small, passing someone on the sidewalk is a lot easier too, instead of having to jump in the street. But the other day I did jump in the street though, and it was easy. It was just like jumping on the air. Or I jumped off a curb. The suspension's just so weird. I don't know. I hate to say this, but it reminds me of taking ketamine. You take ketamine, you get all hella numb. You feel like you're walking on clouds. And this is what it feels like. See, I don't know if it's the tire or it's the shift in the suspension, you know? Especially because I weigh like 230 pounds. I would be hitting the dirt. Take this thing for a real ride. This thing goes pretty fast though. And I haven't heard any beeps from it yet, so that's the most amazing thing. Especially with like kind of how fast I'm going. I mean, it's not 50 miles an hour, but it's like fast enough to go cruising, you know? I'm actually really surprised how fast it's going. Except it is weird not riding without pads. I'm having to hold on to the wheel a little bit because it is kind of slippery. But I'm riding with my feet anyway, so. This is where we test this water resistance, mud resistance. That whole area wasn't like just complete. I'm so glad it wasn't right there. Honestly, I'm not trying to get this thing like super dirty. Well, all my wheels do get dirty. It happens. Whoa! She's all tracked up. It's not actually. Now I've kind of got it under control. I understand the flavor. I understand its flavor, man. A lot different way to turn like this. That's for damn sure. So I mean, if you're not going to wear pads, it's definitely that's an advanced movement right there. That's not a beginner move. Take curves like that. Looks like I'm going 30 kilometers an hour. Ooh, some water. Fun. Lots of water. I'm just surprised this thing hasn't beeped at me yet. I swear, I feel like the B13 beeps at me sooner than this does. I'm kind of surprised, actually. I'm really kind of... I mean, honestly, if it couldn't go this speed, like this speed, I'd be a little annoyed. But like this speed's like pretty much like what I usually go. Like sometimes a little more. None of my wheels really go that fast. I haven't calibrated them and then like run with no beeps, so they all beep like hell. Even my V13, man, it's annoying. I can't wait till my F22 Pro though. Or the Rocket. The Rocket's gonna be awesome. Stop.
Wait.
Wait. The suspension on this is just like super, just so cloudy. It's hell weird. It like, it's like when you hit a bump and like you get it in your knees, especially like because you know I rode the V12 suspensionless mostly, so you know I'm used to using my knees when I ride. But man, you like on this and it pops up. It's just like cloud number 9. Cloud number 9. I wasn't expecting this thing to go as fast as it is. I wonder what the headway on it though. Is it still 20%? Could I go 40 kilometers? I don't know. This thing, it's still kind of weird riding it this fast, especially with no pads. It's slippery. I swear though, these pedals are great for this thing though. I couldn't imagine if they would have put the original V12 pedals on this thing. That would have sucked. Yeah, I'm going 35. Where am I at battery right now? 73%. How many miles have I gone? I'm at 73% and I'm at 12.6 miles. Woohoo! It's nice out here. based on pretty much going 30-35 kilometers an hour. Max speed. How far can you go? Well, man, 69% all of a sudden. No! Don't go away! I'm gonna have to ride back hell slow. Kind of see what you can do with max out ride on this thing. It's hella bumpy in here too. All these little oh, it takes them like a champ. It's like marshmallow. Woohoo! A little bit of air there. Bounce, bouncer. Bounce, bouncer. Still hitting those beeps. Now these ones are rough. My foot's not logged in, so I can't really jump it, and my feet are kind of feet are a little numb actually. I don't know why. I don't know why. Hitting the beeps. whole time. I'm just surprised how fast this little thing can go. Hello. Calistoga now. So I don't have enough battery to go all the way back on this camera. What do I got so far? Yeah, I got it's on his. Which I don't know how I only got 19 miles because I was flying. I mean, flying on this thing. Not flying, real little flying. But according to this, I was flying. I'm gonna fly again once I hit this rocks over here. That's gonna really the last little small amount. I'll hobble home on the rocks. 7%. I was like, you're going 18. 17. Fuck it, I'll cut out on the rocks, dude. Fall on that, rocks won't hurt too bad. Just push this sucker. 7%. Once I start going at a little over 7, I'm a little over 7 right now. Once I start going, I'm gonna drop real quick. My battery's gonna drop quick. It's already pushing back 6%. So I'm like, well, 1% left before it wants to really kind of shut down. Before Inmotion, the 5% Inmotion shut down. I'm still riding 17. That last 1% before it supposedly kicks me off. We'll see what happens. Thing is, it wants to kick you off, but it's not so bad because it's like it's on marshmallows, so it's trying to kick you off marshmallows. So it's like even if it tried to kick me off, it wouldn't be able to unless it just shut down. So it wants me to slow down at 16. It's like 16. 16. 16. Wonder what's gonna happen once it hits the 5%. 16. 16. 16. 16. It's a rock song, dude. 16. 16. I don't want to play no more. 5%, man. 5%. I'm still riding. Riding at 16. It ain't beeping at me either. Kind of found this 15, 16 groove. Feet are numb though. As much as this feels like marshmallow, my feet still hurt. Oh, it's starting to kick back on me. It's trying to kick me back, but it's not doing a very good job. It would have to literally just straight kick me off. Because, as I said, I'm on marshmallows. I'm on marshmallows, man. There's that one round that I did up. Oh, now it wants to really kick me back. Really kicking me off now. It's just like, get off. Okay, my feet were numb anyway. I'm still waiting for a few other wheels. I just got, notice of a shipment, and it's not going to come until I was hoping. My birthday's next month, March. I turn 50, which is a big deal, and so I was hoping my wheel would be here in time, but it's going to be here probably end of March, beginning of April, and then I have another wheel that's probably going to get sent out probably in May or something like that. So in the meantime, I've sort of took down my collection just to be able to afford these wheels, to resupply, so I could do some different type of testing. And so this thing came up, and there was quite a few people that had come out and started talking about this thing. And so when they had their first grand opening, sort of their first little rush, I went ahead and purchased one. And so when I got it, it's really light. When I kind of after handling some of the bigger the EUCs, the more sturdy constructions, I just wasn't really too sure about this. But I did do just a full send, just balls to the wall testing for this thing, all the way to the end. And this is what I got out of it. So the first thing I noticed is the suspension. So the suspension is really interesting because it doesn't really feel like a lot of other suspensions. It's almost like marshmallow, like you're on this marshmallow cloud, because it's just so like airy smooth. It's such a weird feeling. So it takes a minute to sort of, you know, lock into that. So when I was first riding it, um, you know, I was having a little bit of hard time with that, and then I, you know, I noticed the way the tire does it, it seems to track really easy. So I mean, as a beginner, these are things that you have to kind of watch out for. Especially, I think it does have a little bit of suspension drift as well. Um, just kind of it's you'll be riding, and it'll just kind of it'll jerk out from, you know. So if you're not really you know careful about that, but it just depends on how you're going to ride it. So I went full send. So I rode this thing, you know, 35 kilometers, 40 kilometers. So my max speed was 40 kilometers an hour, and then I ended up making, which surprised me as far as I went, because I watched another video from this other guy, and he said he only was able to get 19 miles on it, and I was like, 19 miles? I mean, that's insane. That's like pretty crazy. And he was saying how he didn't really full send it, but I ended up getting like 35.8 miles on this thing, and I drove this thing all the way down to where it just kicked me off. You know, so it was about a good about an hour and a half ride, so you know, something like that. And I took it on like multiple terrains. I went across the city, up onto the bike track, and then the bike track is really dirty, and then I hit through mud, and then I went through a grape the grape ape, and so I was just pretty surprised. So I was, you know, when I first got onto it, it was beeping at a really low, like 24 kilometers an hour, and like and I was just like, oh hell no, I can't go that slow. But I was able to unlock it, and it's about 28, so about 30. It's about, you know, about 35 kilometers an hour. It'll beep at you, and so I was kind of running it steady at 35, 40. So I was just riding over the beeps, and then every so often I just kind of ran the beeps. So a little bit. So it was just a big test on this thing, but I was pretty surprised. It stood up. Like I originally put on the heel for the power knobs on the front, because I thought they were a little smaller. I didn't really like it, so I actually did the whole thing without any pads, which was quite interesting. But in the end, I did end up the two places that I did notice where it was slippery was in the knee area. So like, especially when I was trying to turn and when to kind of grip, you know, it was kind of slippery, you know, especially because I was going fast, and I was taking tight turns, so I was really kind of leaning and doing, you know. So I just noticed it was just a little slippery on the knees at some point. So about right here is where I think is a great spot. So that way you don't even mess with the aesthetics. You still got the aesthetics of the wheel. You got the thin design, which is actually kind of cool, because when you're kind of pulling it into a store or anything, it's really thin. It's really small. It's a really small EC, and you can really tell when you touch it. Like, even like they really, you know, as far as the weight goes, the plastic, everything, it's not as even sturdy, even feeling as like the V12. So I'm not really a novice when it comes down to Inmotion. So I still have a V5. I had a V8. Wish I had a V8. And I had a V11. Had a V12 Pro, and then I have the V13. So I still own the V13. So I've gone through the whole gamut of Inmotion wheels, so I have an idea of, you know, how they ride, and pretty good at knowing their safeties and stuff. Which I just was really surprised with this thing, how I was able to ride it as hard as I did, and you know, speakers, pretty cool. I was sitting there for a while, just kind of kicking it, because the one thing it really does have, which is kind of nice, because it does have the sort of V13 the pedals, which is really nice. If it would have came with like the V12 pedals, like that would just been really terrible, because those pedals were just so crappy. It's like I hated those pedals. The first thing I had to get rid of when I got that. But yeah, the stand on it is really good. The light is good. It's kind of fun. You know, it has a tail light and everything. I still kind of wore a tail light on the back of my helmet, but yeah, this thing was super smooth. As I said, on the most part, like, you know, a few little tracking. It's just with the tire, because it's a lot thinner, and plus it's just maybe because I'm not even used to the tire. It's like, because, you know, I'm usually riding my Master. Right now I'm running my Master a lot, so that's pretty much my wheel. I have my T4 is down right now because of the suspension, but and then I have my V13. So those are the main ones. I have a few. I still have the V5, but I don't want to ride that thing anymore. But it's just way too small. And so yeah. So on the most part, like, the two places, as I said, with is like this area is right where it kind of, like, you know, your knees kind of grab on, and then just right where the shoe kind of hits up against the back here, and then you're still keeping with the slick look. You're not really covering any of the motion or the lights, so you're maintaining the aesthetic. But by the time I was done with this, I wiped it down with some alcohol just to clean it up a little bit. But when I got done with this, it was covered in dirt. This thing went through dirt, mud, and so I have the full video on there. You can so on the most part, what I'm doing is I am kind of advertising this for next gen mobility. So I have a UPC code up there if you're interested in purchasing one of these. Just kind of like click it on your camera on the UPC code, and it'll send you right there. And I get a little kickback for that, so that's fine. If I'm working on some more videos, and I'm sort of editing. Editing is my big thing right now. So I'm kind of building my page. So on the most part, if you like this video, maybe subscribe if you want to see some more stuff. I'll be doing some UC stuff once I get my my music stuff up. I'll be doing some music stuff. I have I'll be doing some video game design. I'll be doing all kinds of different stuff. I have some 3D printing. So there's all kinds of different things that I'm sort of building a channel for. I'm a retired barber, so I have a barber thing on there, but because of injuries, I can't really stand work all day. But I can ride one of these like crazy, right? But anyway, so yeah, definitely for a beginner, and even for, like, younger guys. I mean, this is a pretty beefy, powerful, for some of the younger upcoming EUCers that are hitting the scene. It has like enough power to kind of last you for a little while, and I was pretty surprised. So I would give it the thumbs up. What I'm probably going to do is mess with it some more. I don't really, can't really ride backwards or anything like that, so I'm going to probably use this to kind of learn how to ride backwards and do some little tricks with it and stuff, and just throw in my car, basically, because I don't really have a wheel I can just throw in my car. So right now, because I did have the N105, and I got rid of that for my next wheel that I'm waiting for, which I'm excited for. But yeah, in the meantime, I picked up this, and I don't regret it. So yeah. Anyways, J Master Skills out, man. Be safe. Wear your gear. All right.